obviously just steps, right? Michelle Obama told people not to buy clothes.
Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer, the chosen campaign we're doing.
That was whenever she was in office. I think that was afterwards. But yeah, it's a face connecting. Yeah, exactly. It's an admission of guilt. A lot of people see an apology as an admission of guilt, right? That's really the reason why. And again, like this is the way I see things, is that I always listen to like where something is coming from whenever you have people that are asking you to change your messaging. Because if your opponents are asking you to change your messaging, the probability is that they're asking you to change your messaging because that change will be beneficial and advantageous for them. So whenever you're listening to an opponent or an adversary or some sort of rival giving you advice or telling you what you should do, you should always assume that that advice and what you should do is being given in the context of it being beneficial mostly towards them. That's it. And so that's really the reason why I would always look at stuff like that. And what's this here?
Yeah.
They want an apology. They want you to grovel. Yeah. So somebody's mad. Like, let me get this straight. What I say about what I say about this? Don't fight Yalo and racist asshole. What are you mad for? What are you mad for? I'm confused. Even most liberals know it was 100% an autoplay accident. Whoever gave Trump the video to post didn't look over fully. Well, I mean, everybody knows Trump isn't the one posting it, right? I mean, we all know he's not. You think he's always sitting there on his phone? No. Like, he doesn't show the video of him talking about it. He just dictates what he wants somebody to fucking say. So it's not even anything special.
An unusual amount of ionic energy permeating this entire area. I would expect you will find various ionically adept aliens deployed in the field.
Or you just get mad? You are just crashing out in the chat for no reason. Because it seems like you're racist, but just for an asshole. So, one way down here is and why are politics harming our country? What is this here? Check India and Nepal. No stats about my country and Nepal. My country and Nepal. Listen, I gotta look something up. So, I don't understand really, like, what are you doing with this? Why would you do this? I don't even, like, you're from Nepal. What are you worried about American politics for? What are you getting upset and in your feelings about American politics? So you sitting over here, I'm gonna be honest, I'm going to Nepal. I got no idea. Alright guys, like, where's Nepal? Yeah, where's Nepal? Like, I think it's near India, right? I'm pretty sure it's near India, something like that. Yeah, it's a whole world away. So you got somebody crashing out like this over. Man, god damn. He getting mad over nothing. And so anyway, let's see if I agree about not apologizing if you actually did wrong. But in general, I'm president, I'm prime minister, etc. Should post things like that because we're supposed to be the country. Well, I'm just saying, like, I mean, that's not really the way I look at it, right? I only look at things from like the perspective of, does this move you closer or farther away from your goals, right? At the end of the day, I think that apologizing or capitulating to people that already hate you does not move you closer to your goals. It never does. So you never play games with them. That's the reason why. So what if he apologizes when we go about it directly? I mean, after all, I would because you do that, sure. But like to go out there and say that in general, like, yeah, this is support my narrative, no, solid point, exactly. And so only do that, like never play inside of the frame of the person who wants you to lose. That's really my advice. And a lot of people don't understand that because they get worried about appeasing the public. But sometimes the public is stupid, or sometimes the public is wrong. And if you try to make people like that happy, the only thing you're going to do is you're going to choose to lose. It fits their narrative. Yeah, exactly. And what's this here? Ooh, we're getting Obama sending a video. Honestly, like, I don't know. I mean, again, stuff like this, like, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, it is obviously, like, there's a racial connotation of, like, depicting black people, monkeys, etc. So it's like kind of uniquely racist, but that's only in, like, an American context, I would say. And, yeah, people are retarded, absolutely. It's a liberal account, so I post a screenshot of the video, not the actual clip. Well, ever argue in good faith? Well, I don't know if they talked about it or not. I have no idea. And what is this here? Watch it. Fuck you. Nick's right, by the way. He's right.
The guy that posted it, like the guy
Because there's one thing I got to admit I admire about Democrats is that they are willing to take the low road. A lot of Republicans, conservative people will not take the low road, and that's why they lose. Mentality give you nowhere. Well, what did the other mentality give you? Where'd that come from? Go fuck yourself. You told us that you wanted the Epstein files.
Unusual readings coming from this area, and our recon teams confirm that Advent is now operating some sort of massive psionic transmitter nearby. Jen and Tigan agree, if we destroy the transmitter while it's still connected to Advent's network, their operations across this entire region could be crippled.
You wanted it, you got it. You want to get it back on track? Good luck. Call Netanyahu.
I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand, Mom.
Advent has constructed a psionic transmitter in this area, tied directly into their primary network. Our intel suggests
You should say
destroying it
that
while it's still
if you're not
connected
go,
will
if you're going to
severely damage
Wyoming,
their link
let's just get it
systems.
over with.
Plant the
Let's get
explosives
it over
before
with.
they have a
And
chance
if
to pull
you're
the
willing
plug.
to do that, then maybe something will change. And so that's it. No, and here's the thing: is that you like just like JD Vance, he's not right. Well, I'm saying like this is really the issue, right? It's such an outtake. I don't think so. And let me explain. This is really the reason why. Setting people on fire, acceleration. Exactly. And so really, if you let the people that like, let's say you have like basically, I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. Let me finish the clip. Now I'm talking.
Burying the Epstein files. I think Bill Clinton's a great guy.
Want radical change?
And
Yeah.
then in
People want
26
big change.
begging us for the vote. Guys, we need your help. You know, President Trump needs more seats to keep the agenda going.
Yeah.
You know what I have to say about that? You're worried about your majority in 2026. You're
Yeah.
worried about losing the House. Why don't you ask Bill Clinton first? Ask Bill Clinton. Ask those 600,000 Chinese students. Ask the H-1B workers.
Yeah.
Ask the Israelis. Ask Netanyahu for a vote. He gave them ask him to vote for it. He gave Wall Street the corporate tax cut extension. Why don't you
Oops.
ask them for the vote? You know, ask them. Don't bother us, because we still have to declare emergencies. We still have to
Yep,
our
see?
market still sucks.
See?
You're not no personal Go ask somebody else, because we are not interested. We do want to vote. Correct. You don't want our vote? Wish granted. You're not getting it.
I think that there's a lot of young people in America that are sick of a managed dictatorship. That is what Nick is talking about. And I think that he's completely right about this. They are sick and tired of being told that they to tolerate a managed decline. Whenever, you know, a bunch of Chinese and going to universities here. Meanwhile, American schools and McDonald's. This seems a little bit. And so, really, oh wow, we're doing mass deportations. Not enough. Animals in Minnesota were wild for over a month, damaged the public order, had 2 Americans killed just because you were afraid of enacting the actual law. People voted on you to apply the law. Did you apply the law? And so it's not Trump's fault. I don't care. Well, then if it's not Trump's fault, then why would we if he can't, why would we continue the change that we want? What's the reason? And so Trump's huge pussy, exactly. And here's the reality, is that if you are willing to cross, people will take you seriously. But if they're not willing to, they're going to just patronize you, they're going to lie to you, and they're not going to give you what you want. You have to be willing to burn it all down, because if you're not, then they're going to bully you, they're going to push you around, and they're going to tell you that your opinions aren't feasible, they're not possible, you can't do that, and you're just going to get sidelined. And so that's really the issue. Good luck with communism, exactly. So you'd rather have Democrats? No. It's not that I would rather have the Democrats. And also, if those are my two options, a managed decline of America through Republicans versus an accelerated decline of America through Democrats, that's not an appealing choice to go out and say, I'm sorry, it's just not. It's not an appealing, inviting, and a super exciting decision for me. Exactly. And so I hear you, and I get that. Now, I'll make a decision whenever, it gets a lot closer. I'm not going to make a decision right now. I think Nick is a little bit too premature with this. But, from where it stands right now, have they done enough that's made me want to vote for them? Have they gotten rid of the government? No, they haven't. We did get Maduro. That's great. Who says it's managed decline? I do. I do. Yeah, duh. Wait, what do you mean, who says? Obviously, he had 1 year of better control and Congress said, no, Democrats have majority. Exactly, yes. And if I have to choose between between two evils, I'd rather not choose at all. Yes, exactly. And it's been managed to decline as well. Chill, it's only February? Yeah, it's only February of the second year. What about last? Bro, that would have worked last February, okay? It's not working this February. Such a stupid LT. My goal is to achieve the radical goals that I have, not to make a minor improvement to things that are approved by the media and by the Democrats. My goal is to remove every single refugee, every single asylum seeker, every single illegal. If that's not on the table, then I'm not at the table. That's it. Every single one. That's it. It takes time? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't take time. It takes somebody that's willing to go out there and apply the message without voting. Yes. Yes, because sometimes if you are not willing to vote for something, you can actually get a candidate that's going to implement it. That's the reason. And here, think about it like this. If the Republicans want to win, do you think, by the way, let me this back. Do you think any of the Republicans or Democrats really care about any of these issues? Do you think that Donald Trump really cares about immigration or Chinese students coming into universities? You're not caring on the conception of right? And JD Van, because these are all theoretical problems. They're all theoretical. And so I understand this is a hot take. You'll waste decades of progress? Good. And they should think about that before they want to go ahead and sideline the goals that people That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Always be willing to do that. Always be willing to take the nuclear option. Why is it that Russia is still in the war with Ukraine and we haven't totally crushed Russia? Selfish loser? It's the opposite. I'm the only person who's thinking about this long term. Everybody else is selfish whenever they're trying to have very small momentary grasps of wins. Whenever it's like grabbing sand. You're grabbing sand. It's falling out of your hands. Oh, wow, mass deportations. Oh, well, it's 3 million people. You have the entire military. Why aren't you more using the military? Why aren't you using the National Guard to use mass deportations? Why aren't you doing that? It's not about whether I want to crush Russia or not. Russia is its own independent country. I don't think they should be attacking Iran. I wish we could just trade and get along with Russia, if you want my opinion. But the reason why is because they're afraid that their president will be well. That's the reason. And their entire power in all of the countries based around the exact same principle that I'm talking about. That's it. And that is the only principle that matters, is that if you're willing to take a nuclear option on anything, people will take you seriously. If you're not willing to take a nuclear option, they will sideline you, they will patronize you, they will ignore you, they will take lip service to you, and then betray you at the first sign of even a tiny little bit of turbulence. That's the reality. So, and again, Russia versus Iran, no, I'm telling you, right? Do you think that we're think they're cocked? No, I don't think so. I think it's just people have to realize, like, people say that I'm being selfish. Let me respond to the idea that me or Nick is being selfish. You are being selfish. Because you are looking for what is in the best interest for you in the next 10 years. I am thinking about what's in the best interest of your grandchildren, your children, in the next 30, 50, 100 years. This is an untenable situation that we have running right now. It is going into the dirt. And just because you want to slow it down a little bit doesn't stop it from its inevitable conclusion. And that's what I care about. That's what matters. And that's the reason why so many young people have the vision that make this. It's because they're the ones that are going to be alive in 40 and 50 years, and they're going to see it happen. Of course, there's a lot of boomers that don't like this idea, because the only thing they care about is the fact that Dow Jones went up again, and their $7 million home is now a $7.6 million home. That's the only thing they care about. I don't like it. I'm not about it.
I'm all over it.
Swarm Nation, exactly. Is it fair? And you think that all that can take place in 1 year? Reality check, big boy? I think a lot can change. I think that if you want to tell me that it can't take place in 1 year, then explain to me how Trump was able to shut down the border 99.999% of crossings in 1 month. Look at El Salvador. In 1 month. He did that. That's it. And I understand. Listen, guys, I understand this is a controversial opinion. A lot of people are going to be mad at Nick. They're going to say he's a hidden agent, or, you know, he's working with the Democrats or whatever. But keep in mind that I think that one thing that the Democrats really did, I mean, yeah, it got Trump elected, but Trump getting elected also a lot, and they'll probably get a mainstream candidate in 2028. And so you have to think about things as the first order effect of the next thing. That's the problem, is that people are only thinking of the next thing. You have to think about the next 7 things, the next 10 things, the next 15 things. So that's really the way I see it. I'll read a few comments about it, because I think there's a lot of disagreement about it. But this is the way I see it. Is there read my last comment? Let me see what this is. What do you think? Give me 4 acceleration. Still vote for the right. Maybe something will change. If you refuse to vote for maybe your family gets killed by an illegal or a zombie. Well, it's also that's the if you're in danger, then maybe people will take you seriously. That's the reason.
The X4 charges are active, but the aliens are still working to isolate the transmitter. Eliminate any remaining hostiles before they cut it off.
Jeff, yeah, you can't always, you can't win every move. Sometimes you have to lose a piece to win the game. That's not fair comparison. You overestimate what is here. Your country way too much. It ain't what it was. Unfortunately, the interest of shifting the way exactly. Explain why Fuentes and the communists and fascists sound identical. These are like 3 different things, right? So, in general, I think that any sort of extreme political movement feels this way. I think that this is a very common sentiment. It's nothing that's unique with him. I think it's something that a lot of people feel. So yeah, Shoes America is okay video in the second half. I think you'll disagree. Well, that's good. But don't get selfish desire for people to live. The jab will give everybody up. No need to make it complicated. Vote for a guy you like. Don't vote against the party. Don't vote if there's no one you like. Yeah, I agree with that. Sure. And you underestimate what happens next? No, I don't. Actually, I don't. That's the reason why I think it needs to happen. Because I think the problem is that conservatives and a lot of people that have like the same values that I have in general, right? Freedom of speech, wanting to have things be American. Like basically anybody with America First values, they will usually capitulate to crime liberals. They will. They will capitulate to crime liberals 9 times out of 10. And that's the problem. To the extent that you exist inside of the crime to make an influence, they will control you and you will lose.
For years,
Yeah, there it is. All right, what does this do? Does this mean follow the public? Yeah, I think so too. Have you considered if you implement public executions and shit, people in power could just allocate evidence to kill whoever they want? To publicly kill whoever they want? Yeah, they do that already. They can go and do that. I mean, like, do you think suicides were random, well, yeah, they're already doing those. So, like, you're saying, like, oh, I'm going to give them another way of doing it? It's already happening. That's not enough. That's not enough of an argument. Crises attract people who have solutions. They naturally attract people who want to fix things. It's naturally need a bigger crisis to create a greater solution. That's right. And that's really the way I see it. If I lose hard enough on them, I think that's generally the way that I look at things. Absolutely. And I think that things generally follow that pattern. I know that this is an extreme opinion, and a lot of people don't agree with it, but this is what I think is the best long-term strategy. Now, people might disagree or think that, but yeah, you're wrong. That's fine. And that's really the way I see extremism works. Absolutely. And people will have to wait and see. I want everybody to clip what I'm saying about this, go through all of this, and let's come back in like 5 years. I'll probably be here. Yep, I'll probably be here. And when I am, then we'll see how it turned out. How about that? Who stresses what happens if you give them back power and they make it so you can never get a candidate who you like it ever again? You can always do whatever you want. You get enough people together, you can do anything you want. Like this idea of, oh, well, what if they make a rule? We just don't follow the rule. Who gives a fuck about the rule? Like the idea, like it's just... So many people are totally buck-broken by the idea that they have to listen to what other people tell them. No, you don't. Like, all of the people in Minnesota just got together and they decided we're going to shut down the road. Now, why were they able to do that? Because they got enough people together and they do whatever they want. And that's the way everything works. This is how everything in the entire world works. Do not be buck-broken by rules or, like, oh, well, this is the procedure. That's a Karen trap. You don't want to be putting yourself in there. Or putting yourself in there. Excuse me. All rules are made up. Yeah, people just make the rules up. That's it. So you do whatever you want, but you have to be ready to pay the price. Yeah, but if you do enough of what you want and you get in control, then you make the other people pay the price. That's the way it works. So you always want to be the one in control. And at the end of the day, I understand that what I'm saying is controversial, but I think it's the best long-term solution. And I think more people are seeing it. Anyway, let's go back over here. Minneapolis yoga students berate instructors demand they condemn ICE. What the fuck? I think I saw a little bit about this. Oh my god. The left is plunging into a full China-style revolution madness. That's right. Yep.
We don't have any more
so
time
what's
to
this here?
lose.
What's the difference between rule and law?
These soldiers
I don't know.
continue
That's a philosophy question. I don't give a shit about that.
They continue their training
Like it's just
together.
that's something that you're going to discuss in like a like a community college classroom. Okay. I got no interest in that semantics. And that's it. You understand what there is? Authorization. Yeah, exactly. And back on Congress tomorrow, the files it says on the 8th.
Just received some new intel on the Chosen, Commander.
My followers grow increasingly reverent of your abilities, Commander. With our success comes the opportunity for you to assign us new orders.
Wait a minute.
Our
Let me see.
influence with the resistance factions has
She's been
motivated
subpoenaed
them
multiple
to share
times.
some new information
As of
on
the
the
current
Chosen.
date, the deposition is scheduled to occur in just a few days, February 9th. But there's no confirmation yet of it having taken place, or any public testimony, or a release of the details. No prior public congressional testimony from Maxwell or on Epstein seems to have occurred. So we don't even know whether this is happening or not. Oh my god. Yeah, is it closed or open? I mean, I think it's probably closed, right? I want to assume that. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm guessing. They said that she'll plead the 5th the entire time. Well, they probably should just do it privately. That's what they should do. And then just get her to talk whoever you need her to talk. I mean, I think that really, I mean, if you... They need to figure out who is on this list and who is on this island. That's the primary goal. And I think that they need to do that. Like, whatever it takes to make that happen, it needs to happen. And so, if Epstein's alive, well, I don't know, right? I mean, they already know? Well, I mean, you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. And I don't want to have, if you want me to be totally honest, I don't want to have her do it publicly. Because she could say anything that she wanted publicly, even if it was a lie, and the public would look at it and treat it as if it was the truth. I think that so she could say that, let's say, I don't know, Bill Gates wasn't there, and or was there, or some other person was there, and like everybody would immediately go after that person with not even a second of hesitation. Now you could say that, oh, that's okay, that's the price you pay. Yeah, maybe, but I think that that's not effective to do, right? Because it could be used against political enemies. Trump could have her say that about Democrats, that could negatively affect Democrats. She could say that about Trump, it could negatively affect Trump. I mean, in a lot of cases, it could be problematic. So I don't agree with that at all. I think it's better to have her do it privately and then have her recorded. So that's it. That's why the Clintons asked for a public hearing? Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's the reason why. See Tony Hawk's response to the files? Yeah, Tony Hawk had nothing to do with it. I mean, there was a lot of people in the Epstein files that had nothing to do with it, right? It's pretty obvious. But it's true about Democrats? Yeah, and Democrats think it's true about Republicans. I think it's important to figure out who was actually in it.
Ignore it for now.
Do you want my thoughts on everything happening right now? I'd rather live in a wasteland in 1984? Well, maybe, right? I mean, I think that we're going towards both of those. Trump's clean, how do you know? Because nothing got leaked? Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether it's clean or not. I mean, I feel like I'm one of the only people that cares about the Epstein files, that actually cares about the truth of the Epstein files, rather than looking at it from a biased POV, right? Like looking at it from like, oh, well, is this?
We're going to slow them down. We'll need to move fast.
Come on. I got my question. And then hopefully die with Epstein, Bocino, and all of it, but a cow syrup.
Our research was a success, Commander.
The aliens aren't going to be happy when they see
The only one? Yeah, I'm one of the only ones. I think so.
I mean, I didn't serve in the FBI.
I actually think this guy looks way cooler than everybody else. This is by far the coolest character in Highguard.
It's kind of demoralizing again.
Like 100%. This guy looks badass.
Excellent.
Started with him. Like I don't know why they didn't make this guy the main guy.
Whether they be in the New York Times,
Yeah, it's awesome.
phone call, or whether they be
Still a furry though? Yeah, maybe, right? But overall, werewolf blade, yeah, looks sick. Exactly. I don't know why they didn't just go with that. And yeah, what is this here? Monster Slayers? There's monsters, I guess, right? I have no idea. And what is this here? Gillisane can also plead the fifth whenever asked to testify about things that could further incriminate her, so long as those weren't covered by her conviction. Well, I don't know if they can get around that or not. And also, like, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can get people to talk. And, like, I mean, look, listen. I mean, for something like that, I mean, I would do anything that it took, okay? And I think that anybody who is putting the country at risk. So if you watch this trash, you're beyond saving. Your brain has been chewed. Dude, are they still mad about burnt peanut? Oh, no.
Even in wartime, I must consider
Mad on burnt peanut. Stuart Burnt Peanut says people who accuse him of U-botting are losers. Let me see if I can pull up the clip of this.
know that they're Christian because that's what Christianity is. Then I call you a bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, where's the clip of him talking about this?
You can have.
Okay, here it is.
And like you were talking about earlier.
What?
with-
They're gonna clip whatever I say anyways. Might as well make it good.
That's a regular person in America.
You guys mind if I be a little unhumble for a second? I don't like being unhumble. I just like hanging out with boys and games, but I kind of got it.
saying bacon
Like a second.
cheeseburger nationalism.
It's not too crazy. I just kind of got you.
That makes you an anti-Semite.
There is-
And I found out
I
apparently
call
that if you don't support Dan Bongino, it's because
U-botting
you might be an
the
anti-Semite. Well, I
loser's
found that out
top.
today.
That's what I
Watching some of
call
the clips, 'cause
it. You have too many
I can't
viewers,
watch
not
all
enough
this.
likes.
Anyway, it's
You're
just-
U-botting. You have too many viewers. You have too many likes. You're like,
Yeah.
you have too many viewers. You don't have enough.
It's so obvious whenever somebody's actually view-botting, by the way. Like, anybody who actually understands data knows that's the case.
Subscribers, your view bot. You have too many viewers, too many subscribers, you subscribe bot. You have too many viewers on Twitch, you don't have as much viewers on Kick, you're view botting on Twitch. If you have too many viewers on YouTube, but you don't have as many viewers on Twitch, you're view on YouTube. You can spin it any way you can. At the base of it, it's a hoe.
That's right. At the base of it, it is hose mad, hose jealous, people that are trying to tear somebody down because they don't like what that person represents for whatever reason is out there. That's it.
The base of the argument, it's cope. There's no way to prove anyone is view botting or if they're not. There's no way to prove it.
Well, there is. I mean, you can't, like, I mean, I think that there are degrees of certainty. There are definitely degrees of certainty with view-botting. Like, for example, with F Extra Life, it was very obvious, well, that was embedding, to be fair. But like with other streamers, like there are like telemetry points that you can use. It is, and like there are like acceptable levels and unacceptable levels. Like you can be, let's say, 10% sure. You can be 90% sure. To say that there's no variation is not true. But there is like very rarely can you actually approach and actually reach 100%.
Either way it is. Even an OnlyFans lady only appeals to like 50% of the population that likes pussy.
Yeah.
This is a real loser topic. You're appealing to human jealousy?
Yeah.
That's been around since they invented the wheel. Of course your post is gonna blow up. It's a bunch of other losers coming at the same time all together. It's like a party.
Absolutely. And that's it. And the other reason why is that you have to keep in mind that once you understand that most hate on the internet is actually self-therapy in disguise, everything else begins to make a lot more sense. So basically, the reason why people like the idea of tearing down Peanut is because he's a person who's built his success as something that is totally intrinsic to his own personality. There's nobody who can say that, oh, well, I can't afford an expensive YouTuber rig. Oh, I'm not a girl. Oh, I'm not an attractive woman, so I can't do it with a webcam. Oh, I'm not a very good, I'm not a very good video game player. There is nothing that is holding anybody back from being the next Burn Peanut. And that's the reason why they hate him. They hate him because he represents their own mediocrity. Because every single person deep down inside knows that they can probably do what Burn Peanut is doing in terms of function, right? There's no barrier to entry preventing them from making a Burn Peanut style VTuber model and then streaming art creators. But why is it that he's successful and they're not? Well, they have to come up with a reason for that that removes their own accountability from the equation. And what is that equation? View volume. Or variable. What is that variable? It's view volume. That's it. And once you understand the psychology of Twitter haters, everything else makes sense.
How it works? I mean, come on. Is there anything lower? Is there anything lower? Anyways, I'm sure anything lower. Is there anything lower? Is there anything lower? Let me expand on that. Again, I hate to be unhumble. I hate it. But guys, we switched them.
Somebody says that you and Clinton are very talented to yap for hours. No. Yapping for hours is not an intrinsic talent. Like, for example, there are women who are just very attractive. Like, it's spawn RNG whether a woman has big boobs, right? I mean, it's spawn RNG. So if you're a woman and you're born and you're ugly, you have an innate biological disadvantage. This is an insurmountable innate biological disadvantage. There will always be things that, attractive women will have an opportunity to do that you will never have an opportunity to do because it's straight up spawn RNG. That's the way it is. And so all women are beautiful? Sure, right? And so anyway, my point is that, and this is the same with guys too, obviously, like with height, for example. Like if you're a 5'2" guy, your life, you spawned on Warhammer. You spawned in Fortnite and you opened up a chest and it was a great pistol. Actually, it wasn't. It was ammo for a great pistol. That's it. That's all you got. Oh, and maybe you got one of the dancing bombs too. And that's it. That's all you get. And so, at least from 6 foot down. And so there are all of these RNG elements. And so what people on Twitter like to do is they like to attribute their lack of success to RNG elements in life, and then blame those RNG elements Great talk. Good conversation. Very productive. And so anyway, but Talent is under spawn RNG. What are they doing just to cope? I'm confused. Talent is not always spawn RNG. Talent is something, and also talent is something that is manifested, and it's also refined. So for example, like you can look at videos that I did when I was like 15 or so. They're not as good as the videos that I do now. At least I hope so. I hope people will feel that way. Even the videos I did maybe 10 years ago, I don't think that a lot of cases are as good as what I do now. And so as time goes on, I think that we need to look at other streamers, right? Look at the content that, you know, a lot of us were making in 2019 and compare it to now. I think in a lot of cases, things have gotten better overall. And so, I was 26 a long time ago. And they all call off Raiders. In the wars, they said he ruined the game because they said he's a view brother. Yeah, definitely. Personally, I think the guy's loud. There's running on him for an audience, but hating on him for his achieved fame is really retarded. Everybody is gonna, not everybody, every streamer is for everybody. Everybody's for everybody, and that's fine. I mean, there are a lot of
everybody.
that I don't really like. I'm not going to give names because I don't want to encourage hate for them. But in a general sense, I think that's true. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the problem, though, is whenever you take your disagreement or dislike with a certain streamer, and then you basically say, okay, well, I don't like this person for this reason, now nobody can. Now nobody should have this opinion. And I think that's the toxic thing, and that's the problem. So, Asmon, you deleted a phase talent. So I did delete, so somebody said that I deleted a phase connect streamer. I want to say that the accusations are indeed accurate. So, let me go back, I'll pull this up. We'll talk about streaming now. Let's just go ahead and go to that. Anyway, Burnt Peanut, Hose Mad, and there's this, I'm thinking about hating ass hose psychotics. Maybe I'll call that, maybe that'll be the title of the video, right? And just kind of go through it and explain exactly, like, you know, where I think a lot of this comes from. And I think that really once you see it and you're able to put it all together, it does make perfect sense.
Generate lost health, that's the worst one you have.
Phase connect.
Commander, one of the chosen is here. We'll have to deal with it before it throws off the rest of us.
Talking about Phase Connect Discord mods, exactly. Graduates started leaning left, the public policy, but asking the situation. So yesterday, I didn't know that I did this. I had no idea I did this. Like, I'm just sitting here talking, and apparently Phase Connect is a VTuber. And so let me go back. I'm going to kind of set the stage for this and explain exactly kind of how it happened. And again, let me go back to find it. Okay, there's this. And where is the other comment here? The Phase Connect situation is hitting critical mass. It's obviously me. Right now, I'm talking about it as well. These are people that are connected to. There's more. This guy's reporting out about me. So here we go. So a couple of days ago, Phase Connect made a statement that was in a response to. Okay, so all right, let me. Okay, for anybody who actually has a girlfriend or a wife, let me explain what this is. So Phase Connect is a VTuber, and VTubers are like anime girls that are streamers, okay? And so one of the anime girl streamers said that Minecraft did an event that was basically trying to talk about, I guess, like civil rights and stuff like that. What the Minecraft event really did is that basically they were trying to launder the good reputation of, you know, like figures like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. They were trying to launder the good reputation of those historical figures through the current reputation of the animals in Minnesota that are terrorizing everybody in the name of stopping rights. And this is
Fucking prick.
at the beginning of the event, right? So what the stolen valor, exactly, right? So they take the good virtue of the civil rights movement, which was something for a righteous cause, and then they try to falsely equate themselves to it and say, well, this is what we were doing back then. And so they're trying to create a parallel thing. And so one of the different people in Phase Connect said that, why are we talking about politics and belonging to like, why are we doing this? And so a lot of people got what she
site
said.
before it's too
Now, you
late.
can say people should disagree with it, and you can say that she's wrong. But what she said was there's nothing wrong with what she said. Meanwhile, this disgusting bitch goes around celebrating that Charlie Kirk got killed for nothing. He got killed for nothing. He wasn't doing anything. And so, why is it that that person wasn't removed, but this person got, basically chastised and publicly, made fun of for this? Well, guess what? So, graduation, folks. Where are the Tausans? Graduation means that she's getting fired. It means that her IP, or not, I don't know about IP, but like her character is now no longer a part of Face Connect. So she effectively got kicked out. So that's it. That's left-handed bias. Rules aren't being enforced evenly. Well, I mean, again, like, you know my viewpoint on this, right? And, thank you for always supporting Face Connect. Calamari Clara will graduate from Face Connect on 2/26/2/28. So this is at the end of the month. And she'll be concluding her regular activities on both YouTube and Twitter. And so there it is. Social media accounts will become inactive. Her channel will remain available for 30 days. So she is getting gamaged.
Maybe I should take over for Folk. Show you how a real hunter operates. What do you say, Reaper? The only thing worse than losing the fight down here
Don't
is
insult
listening
Calamari,
to
bro?
me.
Well, I apologize, okay? Maybe I said it the wrong way. But, yeah, something like that. And so that's what happened. Rick Bozo, yep, that's right. Back to McDonald's, sending him all that. And she said this was in talks already, but it was one hell of a timing. It was in talks already. Well, I mean, how about that? All's well that ends well. I also think that they should delete this post about the other girl Jelly. Because this post about her implies that she's a racist. It implies that this girl Jelly made a comment that was racist, bigoted, or she did nothing of the sort. She did not say anything that was racist, that was motivated or bigotry. And by making a statement as a response to this, you are now tying her name to a slanderous accusation that's made by people who are just doing that because they don't like the fact that their political ideology is being challenged. You're effectively being a vehicle for these people to perjure, malign, slander, and misrepresent your own talent. And you're being used as a vehicle. They should delete this post too. That's what I think they should do. Did she sue? I don't think so at all. Did she dip on Paul? Well, I don't know. I mean, and look, guys, people, anybody in Face Connect that's unhappy about what I'm saying, I'm right. Like, I'm right. Like, this isn't, like, I can understand, like, don't shoot the messenger here. Like, I'm just...
We are not strong enough.
Okay, this is what I do. So I don't know if Nimble was upset about it.
Your Emperor!
I'm being fair, right? I'm being fair. And, don't go away, Matt. Yeah, and I can see why she would be upset about it, because I did target her work, and I get it, but, I mean, I think that there's something more to avoid here. And I think that, again, over time, people will realize that what I'm saying here is the morally correct thing to do. This is the morally correct and right thing to do.
Gotta use the sheep, boy.
They're vulnerable to the
I can
chosen
make sure, I
attacks
can
in that
know
state.
that
Get
I
them
did
back
the
on
right
their
thing.
feet
They say you
ASAP.
doxed a VTuber? Oh, I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did on Twitter. It was on Twitter. Yeah, I just looked it up. It was the first result on Twitter. It's like I'm posting your fucking address. What's this? Yeah. Like, I don't know, did Pippo follow you or Mantra follow you? I don't know. It's not a big deal. I don't have any real love towards Pippo. Like, that's fine. And I can understand that people like that, they'll feel like they're being attacked. I get it, right? Like, I'm the kind of guy, like, listen, I used to be in a Warcraft guild, I was a raid leader, and there were a lot of times where I had to hold people accountable, and I had to do things that I didn't really want to do. Like, this is the reason why I don't like covering drama with friends of mine, and it's also the reason why I never like raid it is the result of that battle. So that's the way I see it. And I'm glad to see this happen. I'm glad to see this girl suffer consequences. And I hope it gets worse. I think that people like her are parasites. I think they're awful people. And I think that we should do everything we can to remind them of that fact on a regular basis. That's really the way I see it. I don't like them at all. And you know, like raiding with friends? Isn't that what friends are for? Playing together? I don't like achieving, I don't like having to make tough decisions with people that I care about. I already have to do that enough in my own real life. Just in like, I'm already thrown into situations like that. Just personally, right? Like, think about all the dramas that we had with OTK. Do you think I wanted to deal with any of that? I hated that. I hated that so much. And the reason why is because, but again, like, this been control my house. Like, I call them regularly, talk to them regularly. I don't want to have to do that. So why would I willingly sign up for another one of those experiences? I never would. So that's it. And I'm a very non-confrontational person. I don't like to do that at all. How long lives do we need to? I don't know if it's partisan. But yeah. And raiding with friends is just definitely exactly. Once each is inside of me. I don't know. Would you ever have a duo game this time? I'll talk about that. I mean this with no form of exaggeration. Starting Racing Game was the most profound and largest mistake I've ever made in my life.
Use a break. Which one of your troops
It's the biggest mistake I've ever made in my whole life. And a lot of the reasons for that are personal reasons that you don't even know. Like, there were things that were very problematic and bad, and big mistake. No, like what? I will give one example, but I don't want to give any more examples because they're personal and it's not part of the. It's not like, you know. I tell you guys a lot about me, but there are things that I reserve. So basically, for one of the reasons why I on a regular basis was because we had different contract obligations, right? We had different obligations to sponsors, we had different obligations to brands, and things like that. And in the process of that, I neglected the relationship that I had. I was actually going to commit to this girl and, you know, like actually probably get married to her. And I ended up not doing any of that because I felt like I had to be and so, like, that's probably the main, or not, I don't know if it's the main, but like, that's the and it was a big mistake. What was his name? Listen, bro, everybody fucks up, right? It is what it is. Listen, that's all I'm saying. Now, guys, we made plus 50%? You think so? And so anyway, that's one example, right? And, you know, again, I'm not going to blame but I am going to say that if that wasn't a factor, things would have happened totally different. Things would have been because also a lot of the stress and other things from that made it harder for me to, you know, like have a relationship.
Shit.
So yeah, that was about it. It's a good 50%. Yeah, right? And so, anyway, like that's one example. And she's a watcher stream. I'm not going to get rid of it. What I'm going to say is that it is the biggest mistake of my life. And that's not the only reason. Like, there's like 10 reasons. That's just one reason that I feel comfortable sharing right now. There's other reasons that, like, maybe would paint other people in a bad I would have just kept
to
it down
finish
to the
this
same guys,
mission.
and we could have just
We've
hung out
proven the
without
chosen can
assigning
be
a company
heard.
to it.
Now we just
and
have to work on
doing all
putting
this
them
stuff. We
down
could
for
even have a
good.
business manager, like somebody that could work with us and do stuff without us having to turn this into a huge organization, right? And
So much one live.
that's
Status confirmed. We're not picking up any additional contacts.
yeah, sorry.
The AO is clear. Status confirmed.
Like, it was also my decision. Every decision in my life is my decision. Every bad thing that happens to me is my fault. Everything that is a disappointment is probably spurred on by a decision that I made. Every negative consequence in my life is probably because of something that I've done. I begin every single decision making of any level with something that happened or not. I begin it from the position that it's my fault. Because that puts the locus of control, the agency,
Maybe the elder
on my side.
jabbering would drive
And
us
I
to
can look
surrender
back
without a
and
fight.
there are things that happened that weren't my fault. And things were just negative, and that's the way it is. But at the end of the day, I try to look at everything as my fault. That's it. And so, 100% ownership and accountable? Yeah, exactly.
If you come to me and I said,
And so, it's the truth, that's mine, seeking out. Yeah, exactly. So I do think that, you know, again, it's the biggest fucking mistake I ever made. Huge. And also another thing, too, is that this will be, actually, I guess this is the second one. I'll talk about this, too, because it's purely personal. Is that basically, I am a profoundly asocial person.
talking about whether or not there's going to be
I don't like to be around other people in general.
assuming an awful lot.
And before OTK, you see me in a lot of videos doing stuff with other people, hanging out with people, going out regularly. But I think that basically redlined me from like the amount of mandatory social interactions that I had to do. And I never really fully recovered. I never really did. And even now, like, there are a lot, like, a day where I don't talk to anybody is a perfect day. It is. It really fucked up my head having to deal with all that stuff. The COVID has to do with this?
These findings will
COVID was
likely
great.
prove crucial to our ongoing efforts.
Fuck, that
As
was
Dr.
amazing.
Vala
I
noted
got
in
to
her
sit home
ode,
all
I
day,
am at
my
a loss
ears
for
were
words
there. I
to
mean,
describe
fuck.
the difficulties
Like, I mean,
we
we
have
were
had in
better
attempting
than
to
that
handle
social
this
burnout,
creature,
it is.
affectionately
And so
known
now,
as the
I don't
face
talk to us
to
every
our
day. It's
troops.
different, right? It's very
The
different
nebulous
dynamic.
form of its
It's
physical
very
structure,
dynamic.
including a pliable,
So,
semi-solid outer layer,
that's another
seems to be
big thing. Is
slowly
that
degrading
made
now
it
that
to
the
where, like,
creature has
after all
expired.
that and COVID and my
There's
social
also
life,
a
I
pungent
lost
odor
contact with a lot of
that
like my
seems to grow
long-term friends,
stronger
and I didn't really keep up with them as much, and I still haven't to a larger extent. I haven't, and it totally burned me out of being friends with or being social with
Is there
anybody.
another world out there,
Just straight up,
filled with
it
these
just killed that in
shape-shifting
me.
creatures?
It completely.
Or are they merely another
And so, yeah,
construct of alien
that's
genetics?
it. That's what happened.
I will begin our research
And
immediately.
yeah, you and Train were so funny together.
There's got to be a log jam.
I know. It was amazing. Do you regret not going outside as much?
Our
Oh,
cooperation.
spoiled peanuts. I haven't seen you for a while, huh? And yeah. And why make trillions when you can make billions? Yeah, definitely. And so that's really kind of what happened. And you know, again, I don't want to blame OTK for all this, but I do think that the amount of social pressure and everything that put on me, it was too much. And you could say that it shouldn't have been, and I'd probably agree with you, it shouldn't have been, but it was. It's just simply not the way I'm built. It's not the way my brain works. I just can't function that way. And that's the truth. And so I put myself in that position, and it just didn't work. Like, that's it. And so, yeah, I'll read a few comments about this, and I want to move on and, you know, talk about some other stuff, right? And any advice for college? Cheat. Cheat on everything. Cheat on everything. Steal other people's work. Look things up on the internet. Listen, bro, you are not on a team. You are in a battle royale. You need to do anything that you can do to get an advantage. Nobody cares what you got in college. The only thing you need to do in college is get a good enough GPA to get hired for a real job. Nobody's going to give a shit about any of that. And so, yes, cheat, lie, manipulate, do anything that you can to take advantage of the situation, because you are in there for one reason. You are in there unless you're a doctor. If you're a doctor, please pay attention. Please read the source material. But if you're an English major or you're a,
I await your orders,
you know, like I'm trying to think, you're a pilot, right? Like pilot, you should pay attention. But like if you're not in a life, like a fucking life and death situation job, then just make whatever the fuck you want up, right? If you're a sociology major, you need to be a sociopathy major, okay? You need to do anything that you can do to get a 4.0 so you can get hired somewhere else and you can put this part of your life behind you, okay?
Have a full
I'm
report.
a nuclear scientist? Okay, well, all right, you probably should pay attention. So yes.
And the only thing that's going to
And architecture, yeah, definitely. Business administration degree holder, 3.2 GPA. I have no job prospects. Well, yeah, because everybody gets a business degree. A 3.2 is really low.
Finally,
Like, I had a
things up.
4.0 in business.
Okay.
It's nothing. The classes are easy. How the fuck did you get a B? Really? Like, what are you doing? Did you show up?
Well, that's my question. Let me
Wait, it's a fucking joke. Wait, what do you mean? Like, I guess maybe it makes sense. Like, let's say you're bad at accounting. Okay, yeah. I gotta be in accounting. I did. But, like, that was it. Straight cook. Yeah, I'm just being honest, right? If you're knitting a scarf or something, you need to pay attention so you don't drop the stitches. Yeah, definitely. And, or the little needles, right? But, and accounting was so ass, and not everybody plays WoW. 3.2 mechanical. That's a different. Getting a 3.2 in mechanical is really different than getting a 3.2 in business administration. But anyway, yes, lie, cheat, and do whatever you need to do in order to graduate. That's my advice for time. And any update you give about lawsuit? Nope, no update at all. And I'll talk about it when it's over. I know. People want more updates and everything, but I'm not going to get into that. And sorry to say. And yeah, it's just that simple. English literature here, idiot, don't even bother to go. I don't even bother to go to school, bro. Fucking base. Are you one of the guys that, like, you show up for the first day of class and you take the syllabus and you do the orientation, and then the next time you're in class is for the midterm, and then the next time you're in class is for the final? That's it, bro. Like, and you see those guys showing up, bro, the last day or two, and that was it. That's me. Yep, absolutely. I never did. Honestly, I never did do that because I had friends in class, and so I just hang out with my friends in class. So like, why would I not go to class? And so, like, that was really how I would do it. But, you know, I think especially if you're an older guy, right? Like, let's say you're 28, you're going to a class, you know, there's a bunch of 21-year-olds, right?
We had some wounded soldiers requiring treatment
in a lot of cases. And so, like, maybe you need to show up for that.
rest.
So yeah, like that, right? I show up every day. And anyway, let's see. IRS, Fox News, second federal judge blocks IRS from sharing addresses with ICE. Well, I don't know why that happened. I have no idea what that's about. I got my PhD recently in statistics, and the only thing that's and it's me only showing up for exams in both my masters and PhD. And I remember, bro, we had this one, like, this is my last semester I was in school. And I was in, it was like a process analysis class where you would have to, like, you had to do programming, and you had to program, like, fucking, I don't know, like, different, like, flow charts, not flow charts, but, like, different, like, workflows for people, and you had to be able to, like, backwards and make it compatible with, like, two different programming languages, like, really
Sounds a little like
actually,
German.
you know what, it really actually wasn't that complicated, which is the funny thing, because in the final, I remember we had this teacher from Hungary. It was this Hungarian teacher, and he was like 5'5", and he was like 5 feet wide, and he was not fat either. And I remember this one girl, there were 7 questions, and the test was 8 pages. And she said, how many of these do we have to do? And he goes, if you want partial credit, you can do partial work. He walks out of the room. That was fucking it, bro. Like, and you know what? I remember the story. Yeah. And I remember how, yeah. What a Chad. I love that, man. You want to see horror farming like that? I heard that before? Yeah, I said it before. And that was the last class. I liked him. He was my favorite teacher. And yeah, college already sounds fun. Well, that was fun, right? I went there because, like, I mean, I liked going to high school because, like, you could, like, I didn't like learning. I liked going to school to hang out with my friends. I didn't really care. Like, I don't really care when the Civil War started. Like, who cares when the Civil War started? Like, when am I going to need to know that? I want to hang out with the boys.
Article exposing
Right? I mean, that's what I did. That's why I show up every day, right? Is to hang out with people. And that was it. Monty Python, thanks for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Morning's
Just
fun.
get the word and I'll get
Morning's
started
fun
on
if
it.
it's something you care about, which this isn't something I care about. I'm sorry. I went way off topic, okay? I apologize. Going back to this. FaZe Connect should delete this post. They should be embarrassed that they came to these users. And at the end of the day, I am so happy and so glad. Pippa unfollowed asking, oh jeez, I don't even know about this. Fucking scum. Listen, no hate on Pippa. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I don't want to have any hostility or any hate to anybody. She's a very nice girl. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if it's true. So don't worry about it. North Korea executes school children for watching the Squid Game.
The guy who ran the office in Richmond that signed off on this infiltration of a Catholic church.
Wow.
A clear violation of the First Amendment. And
Damn.
Also like a really dangerous precedent.
Damn.
The guy's name was Stanley Needle. And Stanley was able to retire.
Well, it looks like they
from the
lost,
but
huh?
not before.
How about that?
Promoted by
Sounds about right, yeah.
Stood behind him at press
But yeah.
hung out while he was
Yeah, now you don't need to watch the Squid Game because you're in it. You just lost. It's fake. I don't know if it's fake or not. I listen. The way I do things, Staffer from Genshin Impact, Demeo has been sentenced to prison for bribery and embezzlement.
It's over on the X on the back row thing, and if they can find
Fucking based. Whoa, fucking based. I love this. While people calling out,
Just save this.
Klarna. Oh
Saving
my
it.
God. For celebrating mocking targets murder, it's a good call. Way too many people are glossing over the fact that she did what.
See you guys on the next one. All right, peace out. We'll be doing that.
She actively wished for and encouraged her followers to commit more murders like this.